Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today's video was supposed to be different. I was supposed to be doing a video about Perfect Dark, but after what I saw last night, I have to do a video about this. So basically, this is from Tom Warren on Twitter. This is what it says. He wrote an article. Microsoft was ready to go spend Sony out of business to strengthen Xbox. In an internal email, Microsoft head of Xbox Game Studios discusses competitors like Google, Amazon, and Sony. So it says here basically Microsoft were more or less planning to go spend Sony out of business. We, Microsoft, are in a very unique position to be able to go spend Sony out of business, says Booty in a December 2019 email, with reference spending 2 billion or 3 billion in 2020 to avoid competitors getting ahead in content at a later date. It is practically impossible for anyone to start a new video streaming service at scale at this point, said Booty. Reference competitors like Google, Amazon, and Sony. Booty described content as a mode, and their only Sony could really compete with Game Pass. I mean, and obviously, what I'll do is I'll link the article down below. I tell you what's angering me most, where it says spend Sony out of business. I mean, the only way you can do that is buying all the third-party companies, because Microsoft know when it comes to exclusives, they're doomed. They can't make good exclusives. Yeah, you got Forza, you've got obviously Gears of War, you've got what do you call it? You've got Forza, Gears of War, Halo. That's more or less Microsoft have got when it comes to exclusives. Microsoft can't. Yes, they've created a few decent exclusives now and again, but when it comes to Microsoft and exclusives, they just can't. They just can't beat Sony and Nintendo. They just can't. And Microsoft's approach now is just to buy, as much companies as they can and put the games on Game Pass and everything works out. I think that's what Microsoft's approach is now. I think when it comes to exclusives, they've more or less given up. I really do think they've more or less given up. And their new thingy is to concentrate on Game Pass and to get as many studios as possible, which is why they're getting Activision. The reason why they're getting Activision is to put Call of Duty on Game Pass and obviously Diablo on Game Pass. Everything's going to evolve around Game Pass. That's it. Because they know when it comes to exclusives that the more or less doomed. So saying that last night, when you hear this, when it says go spend Sony out of business, like that's just it's angered me because it's just more or less proven that Microsoft can't like do as good as Sony and Nintendo. They can't make like 10 out of 10 exclusive game. I can't remember the last time Microsoft had a 10 out of 10 like exclusive game. I can't remember. I literally cannot remember. Because every year I travel Sony on Nintendo that has Game of the Year contenders. Never Microsoft, you know. And like I said there, I think Microsoft now are just comfortable with buying studio after studio after studio and just putting the games on Game Pass. That's I think that's what their plan is now. I really do. Which, like I said, which is why they've just bought Activision Blizzard to put Call of Duty on Game Pass. You know, I think that's what the plan is now. So yeah, it's just angering me. I was seething last night when I saw that. When it literally says, "Go spend Sony out of business." I mean, Microsoft guys, don't forget trillionaires. Sony are billionaires. You know, Microsoft could easily just buy company after company after company, and they could put Sony out of business, which would be just. I mean, that will never happen because Sony create better games and people will stick with Sony. You know, that will never happen. But I'm saying though, it could happen. Like, well, if they buy like company after they can afford it. Microsoft can afford all the companies in the world. You know what I mean? You just saw there Activision 69 billion. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what Microsoft's new plan is to buy as much companies as possible and put them on Game Pass. There was even confirmed yesterday that Microsoft were in early talks with Bungie, the were, and Sega. So if you don't know who Sega are, they're the guys who make Sonic. And obviously the talks must have broke down somehow. So yeah, they were even after Sega and Bungie now. Now Sony have bought Bungie, but they've kept the games multi-platform. So Destiny will be continue to be multi-platform, but obviously exclusive content obviously will be on PlayStation. Like I know PlayStation buy studios, but when PlayStation buy studios, like they do something with it, like they make great games, great, really good games. You know what I mean? Look at Insomniac Games. Insomniac Games, they're possibly the biggest, the best things Sony have done. Insomniac Games by buying uh, uh, Insomniac Games. They've done Spider Man, Ratchet and Clank, amazing games. I remember before when Xbox had Sunset Overdrive. You know, Sunset Overdrive was an amazing game. You know, it was exclusive to Xbox as well. Um, so yeah, Sony are very lucky to have Insomniac Games because they're an amazing company, one of the best game companies out there. They make incredible games. So yeah, Sony do acquire studios, but when they do what they do for like a really good purpose. You know, they know what they're doing. Like it seems as if when Microsoft buy these companies, they just don't know how to manage them properly. It's quite hard to explain. I'm gonna do a video on Perfect Dark, for tomorrow. Perfect Dark. It got announced 2 or 3 years ago. It's still in really early development. Like, what's that all about? You know what I mean? It's just like they can't manage the studios properly. It's just frustrating to see. It really is. So yeah, I just thought I'd do this video because it really angered me when it says they could spend Sony out of business, which just it angered me a little bit. It really did. But Sony will always have better. Well, PlayStation will always have better exclusives than Xbox, of course. I think that's just a known fact. Same as Nintendo will have better exclusives than Xbox. But like I said, I think Xbox's new strategy now is to simply buy as much studio as possible and put them on Game Pass. That's it. I think Xbox know the more or less defeat when it comes to exclusives. So leave a comment below, guys. What do you think of this article? That Sony were more or less. It literally, what I'll do is I'll link the article where it says go spend Sony out of business. That's just, I was a bit angry last night when I saw that, but yeah, leave a comment below, guys. What do you think of it? Do you think Xbox's new strategy is to is just to buy companies and put games on Game Pass? Let me know in the comments. What do you think of it all? So thank you for watching the video, guys. If you liked the video, of course, please give the video a like. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. A huge shout out to Smarties Vitchaline just for our streams and floppy there, YouTube members. Don't forget, if you become a YouTube member, you'll get a shout out at the end of every single video, just like this. So leave a comment below, guys. What do you think of the whole situation of Xbox, the Xbox email saying they can spend Sony out of business? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. You're all amazing. Take care. See you in the next video.